Okay. LED lights that are I will not be buying these LED lights again. These LED lights are garbage. Like this here should not be happening. All that should be up there. Garbage lights. Definitely gonna have to redo them at some point. And of course there's some way back there that I cannot get to right now. Awful lights. Okay. We are actually going to switch up some tracks here. I'm going to put the freight train on the outside loop. And we'll get the path. Maybe for the lights. I can't really see the switch, so maybe it'll make it. So if you heard a little bit of electric noise there, I have two boosters on this layout, and the isolation is between the two loops. So the isolation is between that black piece of track right in the middle. It's actually two smaller pieces, and there's no rail joiners going between the two. So that is what isolates the two loops. The rails are physically not electrically connected. You actually hear it chirping here and there because the wheels are connecting the rails briefly. And the reason you want them disconnected, your boosters, electrically disconnected from the rails themselves, is because a variety of different voltages, whether it be 0.1 volt off or 0.2 volt off or whatever, and you want to section boosters take over at different points while the train's going around. So we're just going to back up the keystone here slowly. And send her on the right. There we go. Now, I'm actually gonna do a power swap here. So let's go hand on. be going a little too fast. Yeah, that can see it. We're going to swap out a power. So, let's see, the suspect is... I'm just going to pull off. And I came over, dropped off some cars. And very carefully, we've got wires binding up here. The ES44 does like to pop off. I have no idea why the ES44 likes popping off at that switch so much. Yep, back over there. There we go. Connected to the freight train. Pull the slack out. Now we send a roll. Something sounds like it's off. Because it is. Okay. And we send our own notes. I may have to swap that switch out with something because swap it out with this one right here. That sounds like project for later. Or that one. I think that one might be smart. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, we got something nice. 1/8 and track. There is a work in progress end scale layout. But updates on that are rare for the time being. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. I did not know Australia had a train club. That's cool. I did see your comment. I did that later today, hopefully. That's fair. Getting at some time, I got would you be interested in not own engine for Dash 9? Is it a Blue Box or one of the newer RTR models? Ooh, that's cool. That's nice. The only switcher I have is an SW8. I myself switch my animation scale are always wrong because they're trying to make them for, you know, all the class ones. Norfolk Southern had ditch lights above the deck, and the ditch lights were above the deck and the headlights were up on the very top of the locomotive. As far as I know, the only ones who have done that headlight on a Dash 9 correctly, that's pretty much why I do not have one yet. Thank you, number one engine. That's cool, Cyber. Go flip that car around. There we go. Yeah, this one has a little number board, kind of low light. Also has ACU number for some odd reason. Yeah. I forget why. So Pacific at one time before someone recently. Oh. Well, usually the AM fleets, they have a decent enough amount of weight in them. With these AM fleets, it's really hard to balance it because they do not roll all that well, and adding more weight creates more friction with these things. So you gotta find a half real once in a while because I'm running them on 18-inch radius. Like if I was running this we'll see, it's a whole ordeal because the curve whole thing. No, they did not make Horsehead Dash 9s in the blue boxes. So the later RTRs, yes, but not blue boxes. Thank you for the follow, Cyber. test out this. Forgot. Okay, hold on. There's a car that I bought at the train show a while ago that I have yet to run or open. So that's a neat little design. Oh, it's metal. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah. Let me put the container back. That car. Okay. I will show this car in one moment. It's got a CEFX SD90 Max. Technically, it is a CEFX SD90 43 Max. So when the SD90s came out, the 6,000 horsepower prime mover was not ready yet. So they were designated as SD90 43 Max to designate they have the 4300 EMD 710 inside of them, 16-cylinder 710. Cylinder 6,000 horsepower prime mover once EMD had it ready. Evidently, that never got the 6,000 horsepower engine. The 6,000 horsepower engine did come stock, and the SD survived long. They lasted maybe 2 or 3 years in service under Union Pacific. They were maintenance hogs. Eventually, they failed, and the 6,000 horsepower locomotive race was just an unfortunately awful story. Alright, in one of these boxes, I have a trailer. Let me try and do that. Fair enough. Mine is especially as someone who likes big, long diesel locomotives. Like, hold on. I think I have shown TikTok once it's finished, but this kit back together, not by me, someone on eBay. It was kit back together to be a Baldwin BP20. It's long. That's all I will show of that for now. But basically, I have it's going to be the main drive and chassis and all that, and then I have a NCED 13 done by Saturday. Probably not because they aren't here yet. But yeah, well, kit or kit back. So I'm excited about that. I have a Kato CFX AC 4400. That is cool. And then 99 was Kato. I hope that guy is going to AC. I would like. The one thing I don't like about the Kato AC 4400 is that it's 2.5 foot difference between the Dash 9 and the AC 4400s. And Kato just used. They did put different detailing on the shell, but they did use the same chassis, as far as I know. I could be wrong. But I don't think the AC 4400s are accurate length. They are an accurate shell, which I do want, but we'll see if that happens at some point. I hope it does. That's what I'm looking for. I buy stuff that's good but cheap, so it just kind of comes in waves. I got the 3982. That is cool. That is awesome. Is that on your TikTok somewhere? Okay. For that later. That sounds like a cool. That sounds like a cool thing. I like that a lot. Bear with me for one moment. I'm trying to find this trailer. Or I guess these trailers would be more accurate. There we go. Okay. Maybe. I'm looking in the wrong box. Perfect. Okay. That would be cool. That would be cool. That would also allow you to have a interchange yard with Norfolk Southern and the short line railroad, line power and the main line and the NS power sitting there, because that's how they would swap cars. So that's a possibility, if that's something you were looking at doing. So this. So this is a Concord a while ago because it has the trailer hitches on either end. And while I was at that same show, I had picked up this extra trailer. Now, if you notice something, it's missing the legs. However, if I just take that and flop it on the hitch there, it's hiding the fact that there are no legs on the trailer. So, that's pretty neat. I like that. That's good. I'm happy about that. Do you see a section that I look like it's slap these two on the end of the train here. That Concord actually cracks surprisingly well on each of my well cars. Do not like the 18-inch radiuses at all. I only have two that have no problem with it, which is that 40-foot Walther's car and now that 48-foot car. 3 48-foot Athlons and 3-foot Walthers, and they do not like these curves. That is not a bad idea. I'll save the bulk of it for the video I'll make for you later. But I will grab one here. I'll save that for the video. Oh, look at it. What I do for the moment, because my skill set is not all that great, is I will just take small pieces of electrical tape and just patch out the names. It doesn't look all that great, but it gets the idea across, and so that's a thing. Fair. Oh, correction, I do also have a 5-car Gunderson set. I do have that as well. And my 8 spine cars, well, those are meant for trailers, not containers. Yes. I got lucky and found one for $80. They usually sell for a lot more. Yeah. That they do. Let's see if we got. have thought about modeling something like BNSF or ATSF or something like that instead. Simply because you can get a lot of those locomotives for a lot cheaper than Norfolk Southern. I don't know why Norfolk Southern goes for so much more money, but it just on average, so we kind of stuck with it. Put the coil cars on here as well. It can be, what? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's no good. I don't know how that happened. It somehow derailed in between the poles. Like, you see that pole right there between the two cars? That is crazy. Back up the train a bit. There we go. Almost. I have an AM7 that's going to decoder. Phase 4 AM7. And that's still waiting on a decoder. Other than that, yeah, all of my Amtrak stuff is PCC. Pretty much all of it is from the 60s, 70s, stuff that used yeah. And I will say this to anyone who is thinking about doing DCC. If you can know how to wire in decoders and how to program them and install them, and you have model trains, so much more fun to be able to control them individually and physically have a throttle in your hand. It makes it so much more fun. So if you're able to swing it, definitely do DCC. If you're not able to, then do IC, HCS60. Absolutely do. I do not know why the crap isn't powered right now. Hold on. Lights aren't on for some reason. Probably happened during a short. If I reset the system, they'll come on. But yes, there is. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. I have taught that unit 4 times as well, and 3 of them I wasn't even trying. It helps that it is in a quote small location, like it's on the Northeast corridor. So So there is always a somewhat okay chance of catching it if you're just scouting the corridor all day, but yeah, it's certainly a neat locomotive. I believe I have the Strasbourg horn picked out on that one. I did see the Harry Potter wraps, yes. It's the, oh shoot. Didn't notice that derail. I don't know if yeah. Thank you, Jake. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Who's that? Thank you for the follows, guys. And the likes. And the likes. Check out tell. Oh, I just took one. There we go. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome, Karen. And the Kentucky wrap was also, that was the one that had the phase 3 on it, I believe. Or the phase, whatever you want to call it. That one was pretty cool. Might have to put even more weight into these coil cars. They look awesome, but they are very light. Yeah. I suppose I'll put the Gundersons on as well. Yes. Yeah. I have a surprise for you. Okay, so commuter rail. Let's see here. Where's that? There we go. Yep. Okay. So I have Mark AM7. I have set up for Mark. So there's a cap car there. It's not exactly correct. Like I believe the Mark logo like comes up here to the windows and goes across and then goes back down. I have 4 of those. So I have cap car, 3 double-decker coaches, 2 Wolfers Horizons set up as Mark, and then I also have this unfinished Mark HHP8. Just had it as like a decorative piece. So this side is still Amtrak because they were only going to do the one side. But so I have 2 Mark locos and 6 Mark cars, a double decker that I might try to get done up in Mark at some point. I myself do not have the skills to do so, but I do have a 5th double decker for that. If I'm ever able to do it myself, or if I can send it off to someone, etc. So, thank you. It is warming up in this room, I can tell you that. I still gotta figure out storage for these, still gotta figure out storage for these, again? Oh wow, that's a new one. Still gotta figure out storage for these double deckers, there it is. What's the Mark Toaster number? 4900. 4900 is the number on that one. Yeah, I gotta get more weight in all these. There we go. Good enough. You ever do ones that have the little smokestack? I do have two DCC steam locomotives. Neither of them have working smokestacks. Running a little slow. This is going to be the only problem. Right, so real life facts, Mark 3900 is in Baltimore Yard. Yep, I remember seeing it there last year, no, year and a half ago when I was in the one big center, I forget what it's called. Yard to a Chessie hopper and why don't they use AM7s were like built by EMD only instead of EMD and the other? If I heard correctly, they've just kind of been problem child since they got the mark or something like that. I guess because they weren't built by only EMD. But is that why they're not in service with the HHP8s? I am also live on YouTube as well. YouTube channel is SDM Sapphire. On my YouTube channel as well versus TikTok. Mark selected the Siemens Charger diesel locomotive as the replacement for the AM7 2015. Yeah, that I'm aware of. It's disconnected again. These darn... I got some more weight gloves. Yeah, I know that's what replaced with everyone else. Is something more or not? I'm gonna try and tag these on the end. Yeah. Yeah, Atlas made 3 different kinds of those 100, 4902, and then an unnumbered one, so that you could just decal it whatever number you wanted. Okay, so... So... Basically, Amtrak needed something, or they need something to replace some of the Keystone cab cars like you see on the end of that train there. Because the Keystone cab cars are 65 years old, breaking left and right. For the Keystone service, the Hartford shuttle, and that one regional that has like 9 amplies in a cab car. 921 and 121 and 122. Train number's close to that. So between that, they need like 10 Keystone cabs or 12 Keystone cabs or something like that. And it's gotten so bad that they have to, some of the Keystone sets, because they don't turn them around. They're push-pull. So sometimes if there isn't enough cab cars, they have to put, I've seen those train sets myself. They needed something to, turn into cab cars, and all the AEM7s are pretty much already kind of cool. Yes, I do agree with that. The only reason they still have some of the AEM7s on lot, they are instantly going to be scrapped. So they needed something in their fleet to turn into cab cars. That is where the HHPA comes into play. Amtrak's never had good luck with them. They didn't even want to think about rebuilding them into basically sprinters, if that's how you want to think about it. They needed something to turn into cab cars. They have no more F40s left to do so with, so the HHP is just kind of what's left. Because the testing for them has kind of stalled out as well. But they got to figure out something. The New Jersey Transit Comet 4 cab cars, because New Jersey Transit just doesn't have enough equipment in general as coaches on some of their trains. So, if I remember correctly, I want to say Mark is retiring their single level cabins, but other than that, the HHPs are all they got. Cab cars for the Northeast Corridor. The new Amtrak Aero sets? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I don't think they look bad. I don't think they look great. I'm always going to be partial to the, I'm always going to be partial to the Keystone cab cars. Away from the Keystone corridor, which is the part that comes off of the corridor from 30th Street to Harrisburg. I'm always going to be partial for those. I have 3 Phase 3s myself. I'm hoping to get into... I'm an angry guy, so people can fight me. I fully agree. I fully agree. Where is... Here, I'll show you something interesting. This is the, for the selling when they were brand new. Oh, that reaction was great. And then I have straight logo. The ones with the logo on them, which also has a slightly brighter blue, is Keystone right now. And then I also have, there we go, Northeast Direct. I want to make a Metroliner set. I have gotten about as Walters Metroliner Phase 2 Diner. And then I have 2 Bachmann dummy Metroliner Phase 1s. Phase 2 is a parlor car, not a diner. My 2 Bachmanns, one of them is a stock coach, and the other one is a custom-built diner with open doors. So that's pretty neat. Somewhat fictional 3-car set. Oh, no, not again. Why did that break up the... Oh. And it's stuck. Oh yeah, the Metroliner set. Walters, please. I also have, get ready for this one, New Jersey Transit E60 959. This one took forever, absolutely forever to get working decently. And it's still not all that great, but it runs, it has DCC, it runs on my layout okay. It is very picky about track work. Because they're those. How much weight is the thing there? Oh, that's it. Okay. Yeah, we have to put more weight in. They were running okay at one point. That port failed. But yeah, I have a lot of Northern Corridor Historical Society. If you have seen any of my Corridor compilation videos on YouTube, There are several of them up there. And we have a lot of really neat corridor equipment going day, current day regionals and night owls and stuff. The silver meteors. DP40SH-2. I do not have one of those. I know someone who is, if I remember correctly, I know someone who is selling a IHP resin kit for one of them. Hello people, the lights and follows help a lot when it comes to doing with the ARP-44. Not putting it in service. That's the main thing. It's mostly just there to look pretty, really. That's about it. They got that thing done and it's just kind of been touring around. I think right now it's at that New Jersey Transit museum, but not type of thing. Oh, you mean the ones that are in the lock on the lock want to cut off? Absolutely not. They're just sitting there, and they probably will for the rest of their life. I gotta take some meds. I will be back in like 5 minutes. Hello, DSNM. I'm oh my god. See if I can get this out. I have an acknowledger lever from an AM7 that I got from an eBay auction. That's pretty neat. I still want to like turn that into my computer power switch or something like that. It looks like it can be done. I just gotta go through the effort of like doing it. I am right here. You have a face for your toaster? I do indeed. Number 901. This is actually my first AM7. I have 7 of them now. Wait, is it 7? 3 days, 4, we'll have an 8. My friend, he's got one for me. I'll show that one later on, but it's an interesting unit. Definitely an interesting unit. Keeping heavy. Well, I would assume so. The thing has to stand up to so many vibrations and swaying back and forth and such. It's ridiculous. Gary, hello, user.
And Ohio.
Controllers, if you're still watching on YouTube, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, bud. Oh my god, wait for 300 on YouTube. That is crazy, actually. Hi, Talk. How you doing, man? The temptation I have to try and get a third loop somehow onto this setup is growing, but I do not see how it's possible to try and figure out logistically. But these two loops are basically crammed into it. It's always lagging. I'm not sure. Like it'll look like it jumps ahead like 3 seconds or something like that. I have tried so many different things to try and fix that issue. I have no idea what it is. It's very much on my nerves, but I cannot figure out how to fix it. I hate these. Right, not that one. I think I'm gonna park the Norfolk Southern set and then bring out that switch. So we're gonna park that. Okay. Now
number one. Switch this back.
Okay. We have number 2.
Grab Conrail set.
This ought to be a fun one to consist.
Okay, so lead engine is 6093.
Setup, advanced, 6-0. Front rear loco is 6545, 866 or 6886. One's actually, and 554. Okay. Here we go.
Hello, Zachary.
Good afternoon to you too. Thank you for the follow.
I thought we could use this.
Okay. Well, the whole system just sorted out there. That was. Oh, I've seen you in here before. Oh my god. Have a Scale Cranes HO Scale CSX 1776 Spirit of our Armed Forces and honoring our vets locomotive. Nice. That is awesome. I have the closest thing to that I have is AMC 64 unit. That is pretty cool. That is real neat.
Why did that?
Slightly. That was weird. That is a neat unit. That they named it Bumblebee. That's funny. Getting replanted to phase 7. Yeah. I think all the special A-track units are gonna stay the way they are, but anything that is in straight phase 5, I do believe is gonna get either retired or repainted into phase 7, and likely repainted in. Interesting little blade scheme or whatever coming out in phase 7 scheme. Hello, hello. That's fair. Yeah. Yep. Christmas tree setup would be, yeah, that'd be awesome.
those of you who are left, thank you for sticking out to this stream.
For now, anyway.
We might keep going later tonight. I need to take a charge. I will see all of you guys later. Feel free to check out my TikTok page or at my YouTube, SDM Sapphire. There's plenty of content on there to watch. See you later, everyone. YouTube, same thing goes for you. Now at the end of this stream, we might keep it going later tonight. Don't know yet, we will see. If you want more frequent content, head on over to my TikTok, SDM Sapphire Models. And that'll be it for this one. I will see you guys